Max, I know there's no real plan yet because there's so many uncertain things, but there's been ideas thrown against the wall. And one of them was, the idea of, somewhat quarantining in Arizona and maybe Florida too, places where there are a lot of stadiums to play and we try to keep things under control. Clayton Kershaw, Mike Trout, guys like that have opposed that idea. They said they didn't want to be away from their families from that long. So look, there's a lot of things to work out in any of these plans, and there's a lot of unknowns. I'm curious where you stand. What do you think about those ideas, and what ideas do you think can work?
Actually, talking to some hitters, one of the concerns that we have about with the spring training sites is the lighting. Making sure that every spring training site would have the adequate lighting to be able to do that. So one of the things that we're kind of talking about amongst players is make sure that we're in major league stadiums, and especially if we're in dome stadiums, that gives us the opportunity to be able to guarantee 2 games a day that you can play, basically a noon game and then maybe a 7 o'clock game, so that if you acquire enough stadiums, that you could continue to maybe, outfit the league in some form or fashion. When it comes to how we're going to be living, it's going to be some type of quarantine life. We don't know what extent. It's tough to really get down that road to know what that's going to look like. But of all the challenges that are in front of us, I think those are something that we can navigate because we have, Dr. Fauci saying that that's a viable path for baseball. Right now, I think we're all waiting on the testing aspect to see how accurate and how reliable we can get those out, given that the general public needs that as well.
Max, with the lighting, I know Poppy and I would agree on that. There's a huge difference in spring training lighting to big league lighting. And facing people like you, we need all the lights we can get. But, I've often said that this is an opportunity for baseball. Forever we were the number 1 sport. And I think in an abbreviated season, I think we have an opportunity of a lifetime to do things that are a little bit radical, a little bit contrarian. And what are some of the thoughts if you were commissioner for a day to make the game better and move it forward? What were some of the things you would do?
It's tough to say because I don't know exactly, it really comes down to how many stadiums you're going to be able to get, how many major league facilities are going to be able to play games and outfit games in those. And if that's possible, then what does the league look like? I mean, are we going to still have an American League and National League, or are we going to have to try to merge into one big league, or we're going to separate into an East Coast league versus a West Coast league? So there's a lot of creative solutions out there that I think, like you said, we can take a risk on some of these radical ideas because we only know it's going to be for 1 year. And just kind of honestly just start talking about it. Start talking about baseball, what baseball is going to look like in 2020.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.